It was Zappa, Daimyo no Super Robo, and welcome to your tactical forecast for November 2025. We are running a little late on the upload, but 'tis the season for festivity and party and togetherness, and entirely too many sweets for you to be having. I got coffee. Dang it. This is the video where we talk about things from the past and the plans going forward, no matter how far behind or how much vacation we are on. If you're new here, I thank you for watching. Please stay tuned for the fact that I usually have a pattern to this. I've lost it. But hey, we don't play by the rules here. We don't script things until we script them. So, let's just run down the calendar that I forgot to get off the wall. There it goes. Yeah. Because this will give me an accurate, view of dates and whatnot. Later today, at 3, we'll continue our tradition of what is video games, but this time, due to last month's Steam Next Fest and how short both of these were, I decided rather than scrap one or the other to combine them both into almost an hour-long video. We'll be taking a look at Kitty Claw Nuclear Chaos. I actually forget the name of the game. It's there. And Alan. Both of which are cat-related games. One of them felt way better than the other. But, that aside, having changed the schedule mid-September due to Stab needing more time and worrying about when the DLC was going to come out, Super Robot Wars Y continues at noon every other day this month. For the month of November, it would be on odd numbered days, starting today at noon and hitting you on the 3rd, 5th, 7th, so on and so forth. Sadly, we still haven't seen any word about the DLC coming out. Dab and I have both entered Chapter 4 of the game, and according to the Akarasu flowchart, there's only about 8 of those. I will be quite upset if the DLC comes out after we finish the game. Another Ayuden Chronicle situation is not ideal. It really isn't. Every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 3 p.m. is Final Fantasy Tactics: The Ivalice Chronicles. This continues forward, enjoying the remake and some of the new novelties that come in the game. I have only just now hit Chapter 2, and I haven't hit any of those audio logs that were said to still be in the game. It was something that was in the Japanese game and left out of the English version, I guess due to not wanting to translate all of that. But with the game fully voice acted, there's nary an excuse. Every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. we continue through our no longer blind Let's Play of Siren. We've hit the point where trying to play it blind is basically an attempt to triple the length of the game. Review after review after review of the game in the modern day says this is a guide dang it kind of the game, and you need to have a guide in order to make proper and forward progress. I understand it's a horror game, but it's also a non-linear horror game with many things and tasks to pick up, and the game gives you zero hints. As we'll see in some of the upcoming episodes, tasks that I'm being given to do in a stage mission 2, go pick up a book out of the library. the library does not open. The library is locked and there is no key. What it is you're supposed to have already completed some unknown and arbitrary number of objectives, or completed a specific objective as a note that, okay, you have progressed to a point. So I suppose it kind of like gates you to like, you can't do this now, and there's no answer for you. Go try something else. It's getting kind of annoying when that stuff comes up. More so when I'm actually trying to follow a guide, and one guide said I was supposed to be able to go to the library, and another guide said there were several stages that I skipped. Like, it's not that I'm not having fun, I'm getting annoyed by the roadblocks. I think maybe Siren Blood Curse did this better, but that said, speaking a little bit about the future and the past, recently we took a extended Halloween look at Out of Hands, as well as our Halloween upload being Clock Tower on the Wonder Swan. There was a small, sideways, secondary, tertiary, some kind of brain plan that maybe on Halloween I'll stream, and try to beat Clock Tower on the Wonder Swan, seeing if using a Super Nintendo guide helps. After all, nobody really gives a fuck about the Wonder Swan except for me in this modern day. I mean, there's another channel out there that was covering information on every Wonder Swan game, but they haven't uploaded in months. But that said, okay. But as for Out of Hands, that has been the great cause of me falling behind on my upload schedule, because I have completely finished, as in all achievements, Out of Hands. This will be a game that will follow up Siren, and I will just put that right into position before we move on with other games. So it could be late November, it could be December, which we see the rest of Out of Hands. Who knows? Video games with friends, or now thusly deemed a video game cultural exchange. Hold on, I put those words in a specific order. Double check with them. The cultural video game exchange, where myself and the Zeta Numbers have each other play different games that we never played growing up, or had our eyes on and just never did. Such as me playing Crusader of Senti. Steve and I have been recording this on the side since we wrapped up both Secret of Evermore, which should be coming out later this month on his channel, as well as, we finished, what's it called? There was Deception in between now and Satisfactory. I couldn't remember the name. The Struggle. That said, every Wednesday at 3 p.m., because that is just the open day on my schedule, that makes it nice and clean for a 3 p.m. slot, will be an episode of Crusader of Senti. The game is not very long. We are perhaps one more recording session away from clearing the game. Because of my fumbling with, the control style, the gameplay style, it is taking longer than the average how long to beat. Which we're trying to use as a gauge of how long games are. And it's no, it's always going to take us longer because we're looking for content, we're having to play the game, dealing with the game, and The only time I'm using a save state is when we finish the session, and she's like, nope, save right here and move on. But look forward to that. That will go clear into December, as we've recorded 6 episodes and I only have 4 scheduled for this. And streaming Robot Wars 30 with Bird continues. We stream at my channel, twitch.tv/ace_Zappa, every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time, unless he or I have previous encounters and engagements to deal with, such as tomorrow, this coming Sunday, I'll be going to a rent fair with the housemates, and last Saturday he had a work function to do, so we, unfortunately, I am not a big enough name in the YouTube or streaming community to, put out an announcement. The Twitch community and the YouTube community seem to be pretty separate, and I don't want to take the steps, because I guess I would have to ask Stab about it, how complicated the steps would be to be live on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. But then that's not fair to Bird if I were to go live on YouTube, because he does not Twitch, and the episodes from our recordings go up on his channel, and any possible links to our own or to other people's channels, myself, Steve, Bring Stabity, you can find those all in the description below. And really, that's kind of wraps things up pretty succinctly this month. I'm currently personally behind on where I like to be on uploads, but I'm also technically way ahead thanks to having cleared out of hands. I've also been redabbling in Monster Hunter again. I've been enjoying the hell out of Ball X Pit, which was a demo we looked at a few months ago. That came out this month, and that's just been a fun time waster. Sometimes a severe time waster. That's an actual problem. And then Power Wash Simulator 2 also came out, and ooh, that takes much time. Really don't have much going on. I will be on vacation this month, and rather than just staying home and doing nothing and vegetating and procrastinating, now that I'm living with better people, we have an assortment of plans. Like I said, we're going to Ren Fair on Sunday tomorrow. Later today, we're having our Halloween party a day after Halloween, because a Saturday is just better to do it for most people. I think there's one more activity we have planned this week before my birthday hits on the 7th, and I don't know if they have any surprise plans for me. I certainly don't have any particular plans myself, and I haven't said as much, and they haven't said as much, so I'll still probably be chilling at home, or maybe even streaming something on my birthday before life and work go right back to normal, as if Halloween and my birthday and this whole vacation did not even happen. So, briefly, just real quick, we'll go over the schedule again here at the end, in case you like to skip to the end, because I do go over the last words and the schedule again. Later today at 3 p.m, what is? I do have a plan, because I'm off this week. The gaps in the schedule where we normally have Super Robot Wars, or would have had Super Robot Wars, I may try to play some more of the demos that I got last month, if they're still active, because some of those games did come out. I will see about putting those up as just extra episodes and uploads, which, because of the way I had the schedule laid out, that will fall under a 12 p.m. slot on an even-numbered day. But later today will be Kitty Claw Nuclear Chaos and Alan. Most cat-related games. Super Robot Wars Y on even-numbered days at noon. Continue until the end. Still worried about the DLC. Final Fantasy Tactics E-Release Chronicles every Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday at 3 p.m. Because I mentioned Tuesday, I'm looking at my schedule. YouTube Shorts are also at 12:15 a.m. So if you keep an eye on that part of your feed, they will be there. Siren continues Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at 3 p.m. Crusader of Senti will begin on the 5th and release every Wednesday at 3 p.m. And as continues, Super Robot Wars 30 with Bird. The streaming happens every Saturday and Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Episodes will occur, I think, 2 days and then a space on his channel. Link will be in the description below. That's it for November. Our numbers continue to gradually creep upward. We're up to 935. It is probable, but not likely, but probable that we might hit 1,000 by the end of the year. We still have 2 months to get 65 subs. It is possible. It is probable. But I don't see it happening quite. I think we'll actually get to 980 by then. But, you know, the only way for us to get there is for you, the viewers, the ones who have not yet hit that follow or subscribe button on either station, to do so. Like, share, subscribe. This is the video where I'll tell you to do that. All those good things that help my numbers go up, that feed my ego, that make me feel good, you know, numbers go up, endorphins go up. If you don't want to follow me here on YouTube, which is the preferred method because I do not always stream, you can follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/ace_zappa. Link is in the description below, as is tradition. And hey, just stick around for more weird, spooky things, giant robot-related antics. And, you know, later this month, maybe we'll just have some extra episodes. Maybe I'll get around to actually playing Clock Tower and the Wonder Swan on the side, and several other demos. So, stick around for giant robot and non-robot related antics. Good night, Spaceman.
It cultivates the mind, the spirit, and the soul.